Well, so much for tomorrow's weather. The next program.
There's something I'm confused. I've just been told that there's a high-pressure area, whatever that may mean, moving in from the Atlantic, and a low-pressure area moving in from France. The two are scheduled to meet round about here sometime tomorrow morning. Now, this means that it will either rain, or hail, or snow, or maybe the sun will shine, or it might even sleet. That's why I'm confused. Excuse me. Hello?
Hussein? Well, this is Long Harry. You know, Harry Garrett. Look, I've got to see you right away. Yeah, I'm in real trouble.
Well, why don't you drop around? You know where I live.
Oh, thanks. If anybody can help me, it's Simon Templar. Thanks for letting me come round.
It's all right, Harry. Always glad to see an old friend. Now, what's this all about?
Well, you see, last week in Regent's Park, I broke into a house.
Oh, whose house?
There's a knob called Deverest.
Mark Deverest?
Well, do you know him?
Yes, he's connected with the Ministry of Aeronautical Affairs.
I'm sorry, Mr. T, if he's a pal of yours.
I can see you're broken-hearted. Go on.
Well, you see, there's all sorts of silver and stuff lying about. But all I've got to do is to get this letter from the top right-hand drawer of Deverest's desk.
Who put you up to this?
Well, like you've got a sticker, the Saint. This one calls himself the Scorpion.
The Scorpion?
You think that's funny?
Yes.
Oh, it's no joke. He's got a skid kid outside. He's been following me all night to kill me. Yeah, all right then, go on, you have a look out there if you don't believe me. Go on.
There's nobody there?
Well, he's out there, somewhere. Look, he's been chasing me all over London, up and down streets. So, Mr. T, you've got to believe me.
All right, Harry, I believe you. Now, calm down. Why is he following you?
My only contact with this Scorpion character's on the phone. Now, my orders is to check this letter in a luggage locker at Victoria Station.
And the key?
Well, I took that to a nightclub in Paddington called the Bird's Nest. I'll give it to a hostess, Patsy Butler. She gave me 100 quid. Well, I should have forgot the whole thing.
But you didn't?
No.
Why not?
Because I didn't understand nothing that was in that letter. But I knew right away what it was wanted for.
Blackmail, huh?
Yeah. Look, Mr. T, I'm bent all the way. I'll break, I'll enter. I'll drill the fillings out of Mum's front teeth. But blackmail, no.
Go on, Harry.
Well, I was curious, see. So I go back to Victoria Station, and I watched that locker. Well, sure enough, after about 4 hours, he turned up. Well, I got a good look at him. I couldn't put a name to him, but I know his face again. See, trouble is, he saw me.
And he knows that you could identify him in a court of law.
Yeah.
That's why he's having you followed.
And he means business. That Scorpion character's deadly.
Well, Harry, we'll have to try and draw his sting. Give me a coat.
Well, why?
It's cold outside. Now, you stay here, don't open the door, and don't go near the window. Oh, and help yourself to liquor.
Mr. T, you wouldn't shock me, would you?
What do you think?
No. No, I'm sorry. Where are you going?
Well, first I need to lose whoever's been on your tail. Then I should go to Regent's Park and drop in on Mark Deverest.
didn't see a man come in here with a fawn raincoat and a cloth cap, did you?
No, sorry. If you'd just sign here, Mr. Deverest.
You'll have this notarized tomorrow?
Yes, I knew.
Good. Make a note to have it photostated and send a copy to Crandall.
Yes, sir.
Well, that's finished. Oh, see who that is, will you, Karen?
Of course.
Well, I suppose it's no use trying to persuade you to have a nightcap, Mr. Garnerman.
No, no, thanks.
Why, Mr. Templar, come in.
Thank you, Karen.
I imagine you want to see Mr. Deverest.
Right, first time.
I'll let him know you're here. He's with his solicitor at the moment. It's Simon Templar, Mr. Deverest.
Oh, really? Excuse me. Simon, what a pleasant surprise. How are you?
Fine, thanks. You?
Good, yes. Come and have a drink. Come on. Oh, Karen, thanks a lot. That'll be all for tonight. Spencer will drive you home. Okay?
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Whiskey and water, isn't it?
Yes, thanks.
Well, not that you need a reason, Simon, but tell me, what brings you out here?
Curiosity?
Really? What about?
It is rather personal.
Oh, I'll let you talk alone.
Oh, no, don't go. Garnerman's my lawyer.
Well, you may be needing him. Right this moment, there's a fellow sitting in my flat. Says he robbed your house last week.
Are you serious?
Yes, very. You mean it isn't true?
My dear fellow, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Well, he claims that he took a letter from the top right-hand drawer of your desk.
That's absurd.
He also says you're being blackmailed.
Blackmailed? Simon, this is absolute fantasy.
You mean there's no robbery, no blackmail?
What? No. The whole thing's preposterous. This man must be mad.
Huh. Looks as though I've been told a fairy story, doesn't it?
Well, it certainly does. It's too nonsensical for words. Excuse me. Yes, this is Mr. Deverest speaking.
This is Patsy Butler again. I think you realize what would happen to your life and your career if I sent that letter to the newspapers.
Yes, I realize that very well.
Then bring the money to me tonight, £250.
I'd be glad to. Where?
A nightclub in Paddington. It's called the Bird's Nest. Have you got that?
Oh, yes, I understand.
I gather you've got people there and can't talk.
You're absolutely right.
Can you make it here by 11?
I'd be very happy to do that, yes.
I'll be sitting at a table near the door. I'm wearing a black dress with a diamond brooch. And if you don't turn up, Mr. Deverest, you'll be sorry.
Mr. Douglas, it's no trouble at all, believe me. I'm only too happy to help out. You're very welcome. Good night. Sorry. Simon, let me top up your drink.
No, thanks, Mark. I must be going. I'm sorry I troubled you.
Well, your friend must be suffering from hallucinations, eh?
Well, he's going to be suffering with more than that when I get hold of him. Good night, Mark. Mr. Garman.
Good night.
Good night, Simon.
Hello, Mr. Templar.
Oh, Karen, why didn't you call me Simon? Everybody else does. What do you want? A ride home?
No, I must talk to you.
All right, what's on your mind?
Well, it isn't any of my business, really, but I've worked for Mr. Deverest for 3 years, and I'm very fond of him. I know you're his friend. Well, the truth is that there was a robbery, and he is being blackmailed.
How do you know?
He nearly tore the house apart looking for that letter.
And what was in it?
He wouldn't say, and then I listened in on that phone call tonight.
Yes, he was faking his end of it.
You guessed?
That's fairly obvious. Who was it?
A girl named Patsy Butler. And he's going to give us some money tonight at a club in Paddington called the Bird's Nest.
Good evening. You're members, of course.
No.
My special guest. What's the difference? Now, table here or the bar?
I think the bar?
This your first visit to my establishment?
Yes.
Well, have a good time. We have music, wine, and Sam.
Good evening. Good evening.
Sam's our drink dispenser. And by the way, my name's Bird. Montgomery Bird. I own this nest.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bird. Tweet. What'll you have?
Whiskey and water.
2 whiskey and waters, please.
Yes, sir.
Hey, do you think that's her by the door?
She certainly fits the description you had on the phone, doesn't she?
I just don't understand this. I mean, what can Mr. Deverest have done? What has she got on him?
I don't know. Thank you. Keep the change.
Thank you, sir.
Let's go over. Tell me, does Deverest get along well with his wife?
Oh, yes, very well.
Sure.
Well, I'm in the house. I see them together.
Yes. Here he is, right on time. Miss Butler?
Sit down, Mr. Deverest. Care for a drink?
No. Who are you?
Oh, just a plain, simple girl trying to get along.
How did you know about that letter?
I didn't. I just collect the money.
Who's behind you?
Please, Mr. Deverest, no questions. Did you bring the money?
Yes.
Then give it to me.
The letter first.
Oh, you're joking. Surely you didn't expect to get the letter back.
But you said to me on the phone tonight that...
I told you to bring me £250. That's your monthly payment from now on.
So it's like that, is it?
Yes.
You filthy little...
Good night, Mr. Deverest. The newspapers will have that letter in the morning.
Oh, wait.
I don't like your language.
Sit down.
Apologize?
I apologize.
That's better.
Where's that letter now?
In a safe place. And don't look so broken up. You've a large income and we're not greedy. $250 a month is reasonable all round. And don't look at me like that. You're not exactly the soul of integrity yourself, are you? So I suggest you pay up and shut up. Now, come on, I haven't got all night. Hi.
Well, did it pay off?
Don't they always?
Good girl. Your 10%.
Thanks.
I'll deliver the rest to the boss. Get my cut and maybe you and me can paint the town a bit.
Anytime.
But on your own money.
This office is private.
Yes. So it is.
You get out of the way.
The girl come through here?
Yes, she left in a hurry.
Come on, let's follow her example. I'll tell you in the car.
anyone write in a letter to Mr. Devris that would be this compromising?
I don't know. What did he say when he missed it?
He just asked me if I'd touched anything in the desk drawers, and I said no. Then, as I said, he turned the whole house upside down looking for it.
Did he say who it was from?
No.
That's Lung Harrier. He read it. Maybe I can jog his memory. He's not very bright, but at least he's literate. Get Scotland Yard on the phone. Go on. Well, did I wake you up when I came in?
No, I wasn't asleep. Mark, is something wrong?
No.
There is, you know.
For heaven's sake, don't badger me tonight, Cynthia, please.
Mark, for the past week you've been prowling around this house at all hours of the night. Why? What is it?
Well, you don't understand. I just can't tell you. Well, you see, the fact is I feel ashamed.
Darling, not with me. I love you.
Yes, I know.
Mark, are you in some sort of trouble?
Yes, I am. Darling, sit down, will you? Now, look. When I took this job in the Ministry of Aeronautical Affairs, I was required by law to divest myself of all my shares in the Kimber Holling Aircraft Company. Well, I didn't.
Mark.
It would have meant the loss of £20,000. I just couldn't.
So you held on to them?
Well, I had the shares transferred to a nominee,
Who?
Ernest Caldwell.
And?
Well, he wrote me the usual letter saying that he was holding 90,000 Kimber Holling shares in my name. But 10 days ago, the Air Minister announced that Kimber Holling were going to build the new F-109 jet fighter. Exactly. So you can see where this puts me. Cynthia, I did not push that contract. I've done nothing dishonest.
Then what exactly is the problem?
A few days after the contract was announced, Caldwell's letter was stolen from my desk.
Mark.
I missed it about a week ago yesterday. It must have been stolen the night that we went to the Miltons for dinner. Anyhow, somehow now it's fallen into the hands of a girl called Patsy Butler.
Who?
Well, she's a hostess in a nightclub.
I don't understand. How did this girl know?
Oh, she just collects the money. I never met her before until tonight. Anyway, the deal is that I have to pay £250 a month, or Caldwell's letter is sent to the newspapers.
You mean every month?
Yes, well, I suppose I can afford that, but don't you understand if this goes to the newspapers?
I just don't know. 250 a month now, but what happens when it's raised to 400 and then 500? I mean, how long can it go on?
I don't know. Claude, I've answered all your questions. Now, will you answer one of mine?
Do you want me to make some more coffee?
Thanks. Go ahead. You ever heard of a character called the Scorpion?
Has he something to do with this?
You're asking questions again.
We have a file on him, but incomplete. 3 cases of blackmail over the past year. They're cross-checked, led back to that name, but we never had a direct complaint.
Why not?
Because people who are being blackmailed are either too frightened or too ashamed to report it to the police. If the public had a little more guts, it would help our job a great deal. This Scorpion character hasn't got his hooks in you by any chance.
Now, Claude, what have I ever done that would lay me open to blackmail?
It's too late to give you my list of suggestions.
Then toddle along so that I can take Karen home.
And let me make one point, Simon. Of those blackmail victims I mentioned just now, one committed suicide. With this killing here tonight, I want the Scorpion for 2 murders.
Morning.
Sorry, we're closed.
I'd never have guessed. Is Bertie around?
In the office.
Thanks.
What the devil do you want?
It's all right. I'm not after your money.
I remember you. You were in last night.
That's right.
as your special guest.
Well, what do you want?
Some information.
What about?
About this place. Tell me about it.
Why should I?
Because I'm asking.
Well, the Bird's Nest is a very respectable club.
Yes, I can see that, thank you.
Maybe not feathered, but a nice nest just the same.
And a cover.
For what?
Blackmail.
What are you talking about?
What do you know about the Scorpion?
Why don't you try the zoo?
Okay, we'll start again. Tell me about our friend with the black leather jacket on the motorcycle.
I don't know who you mean.
What about Patsy Butler?
Well, she's just a hostess who works here.
At what?
Being a hostess. What she does in her spare time is her business.
Well, I'm making it mine. Where does she live?
I don't know. The girls here, they come and go as they please.
Birdie, you are not being very cooperative.
I don't have to be. And if you don't get out of here a bit lively, I'll call the police.
Go ahead. Go on. Call the police. Call Scotland Yard and ask for Chief Inspector Claude Eustace Teal. Tell him that I've been asking about a boy in a leather jacket who killed a man. Tell him I've been asking about Patsy Butler, who took money from Mark Devereux last night. And while you're at it, tell him about the Scorpion.
Look,
go on, Birdie.
I don't know nothing.
Birdie, if you're not very careful, you're going to jump straight out of this nest into a cage. With bars. Sorry to interrupt the housework.
That's okay.
Patsy Butler.
What about her?
Where does she live?
210 Warple Way, Putney. Thank you.
Hello, I'm looking for Miss Patsy Butler.
First floor, number 3. Mind your feet.
Good afternoon, Patsy.
What do you want?
As a general rule, I never force my attentions on a lady, but with you, I make an exception.
I said, what do you want?
To get to know you better.
Drop dead.
It's not very friendly, is it?
I don't feel very friendly.
We are nasty today, aren't we? This is charming. I see you spend all your money on clothes.
How I spend my money's my business.
How you earn it is mine. What, you got 10% of the rake off on Devereux?
Now, look, I don't know who you are. But believe me, you're messing around in something dangerous. Move out before you get hurt.
Well, your concern for my welfare is touching. What have you got on Devereux?
Ask him?
I have, but he's not being very frank with me.
Well, that makes 2 of us. Now, shove off.
Oh. Leather jacket. To Patsy with love. Eddie. True love is very rare these days, isn't it?
I think so.
Eddie what?
Black.
Where does he live?
London.
Well, Eddie Black of London killed a man last night.
Oh, come on.
You knew him. Harry Garrett.
I never heard of him.
But you paid him £100 to break into Devereux's house.
You're crazy.
Eddie's a killer. He chased poor old Harry all over town last night. Poor old Harry who wouldn't hurt a fly, who was scared of a stiff breeze, but he knew too much, so Eddie put a bullet in his chest.
I don't believe you.
Why didn't you comb your hair and go out and buy a paper? It's all over the front pages. Your lover boy's wanted for murder.
Well, that's nothing to do with me.
Isn't it? You're blackmailing Devereux.
No, not me personally.
Then who?
I don't know.
Is it the Scorpion?
I don't know.
What's his real name?
I don't know.
Where does he live?
I swear to you, I do not know.
But Eddie works for him.
No, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Patsy, you're in this right up to your neck. The only way you're going to get out of it is to talk.
I can't. I'm too frightened.
All right, I'll help you.
No. I don't know anything now. Please, please, will you leave?
Have you ever seen the inside of a woman's prison? It's not very pleasant, and you're going to spend an awful long time there. Now, when you've calmed down and thought things over, call me.
Good morning, Miss Bates.
Hello, Mr. Garneman.
I've brought the contract.
Yes, he's expecting you.
Good.
Oh, Garneman, come in.
Morning.
Thank you, Karen. Perhaps you'd like to take care of those letters now.
Yes, Mr. Deverest.
I brought the notarized contract.
Sit down. Now, look, before you start, there's something I want to tell you. I lied to you last night.
Lied?
I am being blackmailed. At first, I was going to knuckle under and pay. But of course, my wife convinced me that that was the wrong thing to do.
Blackmail? For what, in heaven's name?
Well, I think I'd prefer to save the details till Templar gets here. He's on his way now. Well, that's about it. I'm supposed to pay this girl £250 a month from now on. You're shocked, aren't you, Garneman?
Yes, I must admit, I am.
You see, Mr. Garneman is only concerned with nice, clean, respectable company law, deeds, titles, contracts. This is like something from another world, isn't it?
I'm no more narrow-minded than other men in my profession. I just happen to admire integrity.
And I respect you for it.
All right, then, Mr. Garneman, what exactly do you advise?
Mr. Deverest, there's only one possible choice.
Oh, you mean the police?
Of course. Tell them the whole story and they'll protect you.
That means the Mr. X routine, and it doesn't work.
You can't fight these people yourself.
I can. In fact, I've made a fair start. I saw your Miss Patsy Butler today. Throw a real scare into her. I should imagine she'll call me within 24 hours. Because I think she knows who the Scorpion is. What's more, I think she'll tell me.
Mr. Templar, you must see I can't take part in your activities.
But you wouldn't have to take any risks.
As you yourself said, I'm concerned with respectable law.
Now, look. Suppose we give Simon 24 hours. If he fails, all right, then I'll go to the police.
All right. I'll wait until I hear from you.
Good. And don't think too badly of me.
If no human being did anything illegal or stupid, I'd starve to death, wouldn't I?
Yes, well, thanks for being so understanding.
We're in trouble. The same's onto that girlfriend of yours. We shall have to look after her.
There you are, my little friends. Eat well.
Oh, they're horrible.
Why?
I don't know, they come in the creeps.
They're like you, Eddie. Greedy and ruthless. They grab what they can, kill it, and tear it to pieces.
Oh, shut the case, will you?
They obey the laws of nature. That's the secret of power.
What?
I mean that man is an animal, and it's natural for him to behave like one. Denying the animal in us weakens us, makes us poorer.
Could scorpions really kill you?
Most couldn't, but these can. They're sure deadly killers.
Well, if I got stung, what'd happen?
You'd die within 3 minutes.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes. Like Patsy Butler. What exactly does she mean to you?
She's a bird. Nothing more.
She satisfies your animal instincts, precisely. She's a threat, Eddie.
What do you mean?
We've got to stop her from talking.
All right, I'll take care of her.
Good. Go on doing as I tell you, and you'll end up a very rich man.
I'm counting on that.
Come in.
Hello, love.
So early?
I'm eager, baby. I wanted to see you.
Huh? What about?
Do I need a reason? Hey, you're shivering.
I must be getting a cold.
Oh, that's too bad. That bloke that caught us in the office last night.
What about him?
Seen him again, love?
Are you kidding?
Oh, I thought maybe you had.
I haven't been out of this room all day.
He hasn't been here, has he? And if Birdie says he got your address from Sam down the club.
Of course he hasn't.
You going somewhere, baby?
No.
Then why pack a bag?
I didn't.
You know, Patsy, a man has to be ruthless in this world. Obey the laws of nature. That's the secret of power. Man's an animal. Did you know that? Well, you have to know it, you see. We get all frustrated.
Bertie, call an ambulance! Miss Butler's fallen down the stairs! But what makes you so certain Patsy will phone?
She's frightened. Blackmail's one thing. Murder's a little more than she bargained for. After you. I've convinced her that her boyfriend killed Lon Harrier. Christmas is early this year. Nope. No, but I'm positive Patsy will phone tonight. And it's a call I don't want to trust to my answering service. Wonder what this is.
So it's my job to mind the phone while you're at the bird's nest.
That's right. Something I've got to give tonight. My 24 hours is up at 10 in the morning.
Simon, do you think Mr. Deverest did wrong?
Well, who am I to judge? There's always a conflict between public service and private gain. Oh, that's funny.
What is?
There's no card. Nothing.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. But who's it from?
Probably some stunned female.
See if the card's on the inside. Don't move.
Faint.
Don't you dare. You just stay steady.
Nurse, please.
Now, Miss Butler, you mustn't upset yourself. Take this. That's a good girl.
Nurse, this is terribly urgent. Simon Templar, Regent 5333. I must see him.
Doctor says no visitors, my dear.
Will you stop humoring me and do as you're told? Regent 5333, Simon Templar, get him! I must see him at once!
Well, all right, Miss Butler. All right.
Here, let me freshen your drink. The Scorpion delivered this sometime this afternoon. Tonight he gets it back. You all right?
Yes.
Now, if Patsy calls, I'll be at the bird's nest. You have the number? You sure you're all right?
Yes. I'm okay. You go on. Hello.
Hello, may I please speak to Mr. Simon Templar?
Well, I'm afraid he's not here at the moment, but I can take him.
I'm speaking for Miss Patsy Butler. She's had an accident.
Accident?
Yes, she's in St. Margaret's Hospital.
What hospital?
St. Margaret's, Paddington.
Well, tell her that I'll be there right away. Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Patsy Butler around?
No, it's too early.
She does come every night, though, doesn't she?
Sure, sure.
Good. I'll wait. Make it a long beer, will you?
Right, sir.
A while today. I thought I was gonna die.
But you are going to be all right.
My dancing days are over.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm sorry, too. For a lot of things. Mostly for ever getting mixed up with a swine like Eddie. He does work for a man called the Scorpion.
Do you know his real name?
No. But his telephone number is Parkside 3000. Mr. Templar can trace the address.
Thank you. I've got to go now.
And if he can pin one on Eddie into the bargain, he'd be doing me a favor.
I'll tell him. Good luck.
Sure.
Mr. Garnerman.
You've seen Miss Butler.
Yes.
We heard about the accident. Mr. Deverest thought you may be able to tell us something.
Yes, I've talked to her. She gave me the Scorpion's telephone number.
Excellent. We must take it at once to the police.
Oh, I promised Simon I'd report to him.
Where is he?
At a club called the Bird's Nest.
I'll drive you there. You drive, Miss Bates. And please do exactly as you're told.
Can't you read? It says private on that door.
So everybody keeps telling me.
So out.
Bertie, I suggest you start singing. It'll make things a lot easier for you.
Now listen. If you don't blow, I'll call the police.
Where's Patsy tonight?
I told you once before, the girls here come and go as they please. I don't know where she is.
All right. What about Leather Jacket Eddie? Where's he?
Here.
Speak of the devil.
You've been causing us a lot of bother lately. So was Karen Bates. We've got her. And you're next on the list.
Eddie, don't!
Shut up.
But there's 100 witnesses out there.
Get out of the way, Grandad.
Do as he says.
Yeah. It's a bird nest out here. It's a riot here.
Where's Karen? Talk, Eddie, or I'll kill you. 12 Maple Road. Who's the Scorpion?
Over here. In here, officer.
He'll be right.
Trump me, quick.
Eddie's back. He's been dealing with Mr. Templar. That leaves us with you, Miss Bates. Now, what was I saying? Oh, yes. The tail of the scorpion is very flexible. The sting consists of a needle-sharp spine and a vesicle containing the poisoned glands. Most species are relatively harmless. These are deadly. How did you get on, Eddie?
Hi.
We've got a visitor. Come over here where I can see you.
The police have got Eddie. What he doesn't tell them, Patsy Butler will. It's quite an operation, Gardeman. As a lawyer, you use your knowledge of people's affairs to blackmail them. It's all over now. You'll be charged with extortion and murder.
Somehow, Mr. Templar, I doubt if I'd be charged with anything.
Simon, stop!
It's too late, Miss Bates. They sting them the moment they're disturbed. Legend has it, Mr. Templar, that scorpions faced with a hopeless situation commit suicide. I've always admired them for that.
Simon, can't we do something?
Yes, Mr. Templar, you can. You can put that gun down and listen to what I have to say. I shan't be able to repeat it, because within 3 minutes, I shall be dead.
He admitted everything. A web of blackmail spread over a dozen of his clients. He gave me your letter. He was dead before Thiel arrived.
It's absolutely incredible. Do you know I trusted Garneman completely?
So did a lot of other people.
Incidentally, I've sold all my Kimber Holling shares, so that puts me completely in the clear now.
It's all over.
Yes, thanks to Simon, it's all over.